Hello, fellow diggers. Well, it's me again. You know, electrolysis does a good job, but some coins are a little bit beyond help. And this is one of them. I mean, I'll show you here. Here on the back, you can just barely see a little trace of Britannia. And you can just barely see the outline of old King George's head there. You can definitely see the rim around here that shows it's a Cartwheel. So, I mean, it's definitely a Cartwheel penny. And I'm not done with it. I tried the electrolysis and I tried using a little bit of Brasso. And I'm going to try some other stuff and see if I can't. I might let it soak in some stuff. I got some goop off here. It'll take all kinds of damn stuff off. I don't know if it'll take 217 years of sitting in the dirt off. Because you got to remember, this coin was minted for 1 year. 1799. That's it. It wasn't minted for an extra year. They didn't mint it for 10 years or 20 years. Just 1 year. And it was probably dropped when it was a year or two old. So this coin sat in the dirt. Let's see, this is 2016. That's 217 years since it was minted. Knock a couple of years off, but it might have rode around in somebody's pockets. You got at least 215 years that this coin was in the dirt there in Scotland. So, considering what it's been through, the fact that you can still see that rim around there is impressive. But, I'm going to keep playing with it. I'm going to see if I can't get some more off of there. Because you know me. I like my coins clean and pretty. I'm not done. I'm not done by a long shot. And people that have been watching me for a while, they know I'm not done. This is just the beginning. But if nothing else, I can always see the damn rim around there, and I know for a fact this is a Cartwheel penny. And that is about the only King George penny I didn't have. I've got a King George penny. I've got the half pennies. I got the farthings. I've got I got a bullhead that's I think it's a gaming piece of some kind that John and Jackie sent me. Oh, let's see here. If I can turn this around. I got that bullhead right there. And then up here, I've got 4 half pennies, a penny, and 2 farthings. Back in the bedroom, I got 2 more of the half pennies. One that John 316 sent me to get everything started, and then one that John and Jackie sent me. So, I've got quite a few of the King George III, and I've got kind of a thing with him because he's the first king. Well, he was the king that was in power when we declared our independence. And back then, people called him Old Mad King George because he had, I can't remember the name of the disease, but he had some kind of disease that made him hear voices, and he'd go off on his court. I mean, so I'm sure having a little country like us declare their independence and from the most powerful nation on earth, that didn't sit well with him. And then when we won, that really didn't sit well with him. So, yeah, that's why we ended up in the War of 1812, because he couldn't take it that we actually won. So, oh well, you know, it is what it is. And I've got a lot of friends over there in England and Scotland and down in Australia. And I know Australia is not officially part of England, but England did start the colony down there too, just like they did with us, and in New Zealand. So they were responsible for getting the colony down there started. And yeah, it was a prison colony to begin with. Penal colony, whatever you want to call it. But I love England. I'd love to go to England. I'd love to be able to meet some of the people over there. I've got so many friends over there, and that is either number 1 or number 2 on my bucket list. You know, I'll probably end up with it number 2, just purely because to get there I would have to go up. I wouldn't have to, but I would go to LaGuardia up in New York and get on a plane and fly across, which would put me in the area where I could stop in Delaware on the way and surprise Bill and Bob and Anita. And that would be fun. They EC treasure hunters, in case you don't know. And then fly over. It's actually cheaper to fly to Glasgow than it is to fly to Liverpool. And then fly to Glasgow and rent a car and find a place where I can get a kilt and the belts and the saran bags and the stockings and the whole 9 yards. Well, I say the whole 9 yards. I don't care anything about the shirt or the sash or the hat. But I do want the little skin the little knife that goes in the stocking. And I do want the Scottish dirk, the dagger that they wear on their belt. And send all that stuff home and then drive on down and meet up with Dave and go on a hunt, and then go down to Liverpool and meet up with Tempest Fugit Mark down there, and maybe get John and Jackie and John 316 and Manda and Magpie 307 and Paul, see if he can get over there, and I'd love to get Jed Peace Havens and maybe a couple others, you know, in on a hunt. That would be wonderful. I could get a group shot of me with everybody, and then I could come back here, and if I dropped dead, I'd be happy. Huh? I'd love to go to Australia too, but that's a lot of ocean to fly over. And a lot of people don't know this, but I've got a thing about not being able to see the land when I'm out on the water. I'm fine on the water as long as I can see the land out there. But if I get to where I can't see land anymore, it freaks me out. I don't know why. But as long as I can see the land, I'm cool. Just when I get to where I can't see the land, the flight across to England, I could take a couple of Xanax. I'd be alright. The flight to Australia, I don't know if I've got that much Xanax. So, anyway, I wanted y'all to see how it is right now. I'm not going to say the finished product, because you can see the outline of old George. You can see the outline of his head there. And you can kind of get an impression of Britannia there. You can kind of see her sitting on the rock. But I'm not 100% done with it yet. So, I'm not going to say finished product. Because it ain't. That is not the finished product, but it's getting better. Alright? So, I'll keep playing with it, and when I get it where I'm happy with it, I'll show you something else. Until then, people, this is your one and only Penny Digger. And I'm out.